Hey everyone, Mr. Gray3IS here, and I'm back with another video. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be messing with my dad's ride. So my dad isn't too into modifying vehicles. He does appreciate a good tasteful modification, and I've gotten him into it over the years because, as you guys can tell, I like to do mine. So at first he was a little bit hesitant. He's like, why you got to do this? Why you got to do that? He's very simple when it comes to just OEM. He likes a nice, clean OEM car, but I've got him to appreciate some of the mods that I've done over the years. And in return, he's let me mod his own vehicle tastefully sometimes too. So in this video, I will actually be modifying his Toyota Tacoma. So this truck is fairly new to my dad. He's wanted a truck for a little bit. He used to have Mercedes cars, but he wanted something that can kind of haul around stuff a little bit more. So he has a Tacoma now. Now, big shout out to Last Fit because they're sponsoring the majority of this series of Pimping My Dad's Ride. So first off, shout out Jason Nguyen on YouTube. You guys might know him for his Lexus content. He kind of gave me this idea of pimping out my dad's ride. He's done it with his dad's car. I'm like, dang, I kind of want to do the same with my dad's car and just have him appreciate the mods. And it's kind of funny because I feel like Jason's dad and my dad have similar demeanors when it comes to mods, where they appreciate them, but they could live without them. But my goal is to have my dad wowed by the mods at the end of this series. So in episode 1, right here, we kind of have some front end modifications. So right here is a new LED high beam light for the Tacoma. And then right here is the new LED low beam. And these right here, this is what I'm super excited for. These are LED front turn signals. Now I have these on my car as well. If you want to see how to install that, take a look on my Instagram. I did a video on it. If you're not familiar with this headlight housing on the Tacoma, the turn signal right here is actually the daytime running light. So it stays on all the time and it's just very dull. It's a halogen bulb, and the turn signal itself is very, well, you guys know how halogens are. They're just very dull. They're not too sharp, they're not too bright, and I'm excited to change that. Now with the low beam and high beam, these come with halogen from the factory and it's not bright at all. So I did go ahead and change them out already with some from Amazon, like the first week he got this truck, but I'm super excited to change them out with these super high quality Last Fit ones because I have experience with Last Fit lighting on other cars, including my own, and they're just great. They're high quality, they work well, and they last for a long time. And not to mention they are super bright. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my car out of here, pull the truck in to get a little bit of shade so you guys can kind of see the comparison of the lighting, and so it's less hot because it is very hot here in Texas right now. But little update, you guys might notice I now have new wheels. You've probably seen the previous video. At this point in time, it's not uploaded yet, but it will be soon. So you've probably seen it already by the time you're watching this. I've had them for about a week and a half now, almost 2 weeks, and they are amazing. I am loving them. This is how my air out looks. It's super low, and I didn't include this in my previous video. Not sure if I will because I did do it after the fact, but I now have spinners, so they're always upright when driving and when parked, and yeah, so I'm gonna get this out of here and we'll get the beautiful Tacoma in here. Okay, it's in here, the hood's popped, that's why it looks like that. But similar to the IS, these cars are very easy to work on. Even nicer with the Tacoma. Not only is everything really easy to work on, but this engine bay has a lot of space, especially like behind the lights in this area here. So it should be fairly easy to work on. So right here is kind of the daytime running light look. As you can tell, these are the DRLs and they're also the turn signals. And then the fogs also turn on as like a daytime running light. So this is what I'm gonna be replacing. It's gonna be so much brighter, and let me turn these headlights on. So as you can see, the headlights, they are a little bit bright, especially since I've changed them out already. These are the low beams and the high beams are right there. So yeah, they are pretty bright, but I am super excited to install these Last Fit ones just because they are higher quality. They have a built-in fan, so they cool themselves and they're gonna just last a long time. Also, the light temperature on them are very nice, so I'm gonna go ahead and get them swapped over and I'll show you all what they look like. Okay, first up, I'm gonna do the high beam. I'm gonna take it apart and look at that. They even come with gloves. How nice is that? And this is their high beam bulb. Look at that, you can see the fan right there. Super nice. Now to remove this one is pretty easy. You're gonna reach right behind here where the high beam is. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna turn counterclockwise and then pull directly out. And just like that, this is the one I installed in there. It does have a fan, but it's much smaller, and you can just tell it's not as nice of a product. Go ahead and squeeze the top here, pull it out. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in. It is kind of directional. You want the little tooth at the top so it clicks in. Okay, I wasn't able to hear it, but it clicks in right onto the top of that little lever there, and now it is in. And always a good idea to test your bulbs before you put them in so you don't waste time. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, they work. I can see them from in the truck cabin. All right, and same process to stick it back in. You go ahead and reach down here and you put it in clockwise. Okay, after a little bit of struggle, I got it in. You just have to take a look down there and see which way the teeth are going. There's gonna be one tooth that's bigger than the other, and you gotta just make sure that one fits in the correct slot. Okay, so it's kind of cool right away as a comparison to the Amazon one versus the Last Fit one is the Amazon is very blurry. It doesn't have really a nice defined line. You can see it's right there, but the Last Fit one, it's just, look how solid that is. I mean, it's crazy. And don't mind my garage, sorry about that. But yeah, it's much more defined. I mean, it's hard to tell in person, but it also has a little bit of a lighter color to it, a cooler color. I believe these are 7000K. They're 6000K. They look really good. All right, let's move on to the low beam. So low beam is gonna be the same process. You just twist counterclockwise and then it's gonna come right out. Yeah, so I got it out. These ones from Amazon and others similar to them are weird. So they have like a sleeve that needs to click in first, and then the light can just insert itself into the sleeve. There's not actually a securing factor to the light besides a little gasket. Versus the Last Fit ones, they actually do have the teeth built into the physical light. So it's more secure. And then also look at this, after less than a year of use, they're like burnt. Look at that. So, and it's really hot. So my guess is that like the fan stopped working or something. And then also again, you have this additional cable. So it's just, there are many pros to the Last Fit one. Yeah, look at that. It just doesn't even secure. It just slides in like that. And that's it with this little gasket. So that's crazy. I'm glad I'm switching them over. And then this is, I was showing you guys the high beams. So this is actually what the low beams look like. They're huge. They're much beefier. I mean, look at that. And these do have their own resistor to them, this own pack right here. It's just everything is much beefier. It's crazy compared to the other ones. Look at that. That's wild. I mean, just look at the difference. And then pretty much the same process. We just plug it in. And I'm gonna go ahead and test them. Yeah, that's good. And then to put it in, it's the same thing. You just do it clockwise. And there's bigger teeth, that one big one right there, compared to the two more angled ones on either side. That's the one you want to get into the bigger key slot. They are in, and I'm gonna go ahead and test them out. So that's just low beam on, and then this is with high beam. That just looks, that looks amazing. Yeah. And it's crazy because since they're so bright, it almost drowns out the orange daytime running light right there. So I'm really curious to see how it will compare when we put the LED ones in. And I'm doing all of them on this side first, and then so we can compare to this side, and then I'll go ahead and do that side off camera because it's gonna be the exact same. Yeah, that's crazy. And I don't know if you can hear, the fans are going crazy on them. So the fans are working, and on this side, I don't even hear a fan. So who knows if that's a gimmick on the Amazon ones or if it's truly the case, but these are putting in work, and just hearing that fan makes me happy. So let's go ahead and do the turn signal. That's, for me, the star of the show. That's what I'm excited about because it's the running light and the turn signal, and it's gonna be LED, and I have these on my car already, and they are really nice. Now, as you might have guessed, the turn signal is the same process. I'm gonna go ahead and twist it counterclockwise, just like that. It's very accessible, and here it is. A halogen turn signal bulb. Now, it is probably gonna be a little hot since I had it running. These get very hot compared to LEDs. They do not get quite as hot. And LEDs also last a lot longer. This will probably go out within this truck's lifetime, and the LED bulb is probably going to outlive the truck. And it's a Toyota, so that says something. Let me go ahead and show you the LEDs that we're gonna be swapping in. These are the Last Fit T3 edition LEDs. Per usual, I will have everything linked in my description. You can also use code GRAY3IS to save 20% off, which is a pretty good deal. And then right here is the new LED. So two things that I really like about this LED is, one, there isn't any on the front. So you're not gonna be blinding people having your daytime running light on or having your turn signal on. They're just purely going to be a bright, solid LED light. It won't be blinding people. And then the pro of having this white in the front with no LEDs is this whole housing is actually going to look more clear now. And it's actually gonna pretty much look how it looks right there. Is there's gonna be white showing here and not an orange bulb or orange LED. So they're gonna virtually look full whited out, full clear, except for that little side marker when these are off and even kind of when they're on. So those are two main things I really like about these. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and throw them on. Whole old halogen right here. And these are polarity specific. And oh yeah, one big thing that I like about these that I didn't even mention were they are anti-hyperflash. So they will not do that crazy hyperspeed flashing that some of the lower quality bulbs do, or even the bulbs that have a little resistor attached to them. These have it all in-house. So it has an anti-hyperflash module all built in, and you don't have to have a little dongle, and it just won't hyperflash. So let's go ahead and try this side. Okay, they are in, and I don't even have to turn the car on. I'm just gonna go ahead and test it with the unlock button. Okay, so that side is not the correct one. Let's go ahead and flip it around. All right, one more time. Yep, that's the one. And these are also a really nice orange color. They're not a weird yellow or something of the sort. They're a very nice pure orange. So I'll go ahead and show you that in just a moment. But let's stick them back in. Super simple, slide it in and turn it clockwise. From straight on, you just have the white fronts facing you. And you can kind of see a little reflection of the orange, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn these lights on and just have them on the daytime running light so we can get a demo of that. Yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. That's crazy. Wow. Oh my gosh, and it's such a like pure orange. I don't even know how to explain it. It is so nice. Oh my gosh. Compared to that, I mean, that's just great. Yeah. Yeah, that looks so awesome. Dang, I'm excited for these. I mean, just from this angle right here, you can tell it's like obviously LED, and then that's like a little peak of orange. I don't know if it's showing on camera, but it is so clear in person, the difference that the LED makes. And of course, let me go ahead and turn on the turn signal so you can get a comparison for that. I mean, straight off the bat, you can tell the left one is like insane. Yeah, my dad's looking at it right now. He's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's just like dim, and then you have a solid bright light. It's wild. I can't even look at it too head on, but crazy.
That's one thing the Tacoma that I think I don't like is how dim the stock lights are.
Yeah.
Change the beams.
Yeah, you want to see the high beams, low beams? This is low beam,
Yeah.
and this is high beam.
Holy crap. Awesome.
And you can hear the fans going, can't you? So yeah, just like that, that's like 10 minutes of work. You can get a completely LED setup right here. Super easy, super clean, all from Last Fit. They even make a whole kit for the Tacoma if you want to do everything all around. But for this episode of the series, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to replicate it on the other side off camera. It's the exact same thing. Got a little bit of my dad's reaction. He really enjoys it. Okay, I real quick got the driver's side done. I almost think it's easier than the passenger side because there is just so much space right here. I mean, 1, 2, and 3, just like that. It's all right there. And then that side has the windshield washer reservoir kind of blocking it. But this is the daytime running lights just going. It's just so good. The high beams look all great. The fans sound amazing. So yeah, that is it for this series. I'm gonna do a few more at least. I kind of like modding my dad's vehicle. It's so cool to see his approval. Not sure if you heard him because I do have my mic on, but he really liked it, especially just doing one side and letting him see it in comparison to that side. I do want to say I did have planned to do fog lights for a different video, a different bulb. They're switched back to yellow, but unfortunately these ones are like full LED housings. So if I do want to switch those out, it'd have to be like a completely different assembly. So that might not happen. So I will figure that part out. For now, for this video, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is something a little bit different. Not all Lexus content, I guess, now on this channel. Don't worry, she's still right there, sitting at ride height. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions about anything I did in this video, whether you're a Lexus owner or a Tacoma owner, please drop it down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer. And something interesting I found is a lot of Lexus owners have like Tacomas or Tundras as their dailies. So hopefully this can kind of like apply to one or two of you. If not, no worries. It's just great to pimp out my dad's ride for him. So shout out to LastFit for sponsoring this episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been Mr. Gray through IS, and I'll see y'all in the next one.